Audio Jungle.
Man's body found in St. Anne, suspected to have been trampled by a bull. The body of a man, suspected to have been trampled by a bull, was found in a cornfield in Draxall, St. Anne on Wednesday morning. The deceased is Keith Allen, a farmer of Brownstone in the parish. Police theorized that Allen died sometime between Monday and Wednesday. According to the lawmen, the man's body was found around 7 a.m. with wounds to his chest and groin. The St. Anne's Bay Criminal Investigations Branch is investigating. Double murder in Central Kingston. The Central Kingston police are probing the shooting deaths of 2 men and the injury of another person in Rose Gardens, most popularly known as Spoilers, on January 3rd. They have been identified by residents as Eddie and Bull, who they say are relatives. Reporters were informed that the shooting took place just before 8 p.m. along Wellman Street in the community. The Kingston Central Police Division recorded a 17% reduction in murders last year. At the close of 2023, the Jamaica Constable Force said 40 people were killed in the division in violent attacks compared to 48 in 2022. Crocodile dies following alleged confrontation with police. A man who was shot in an alleged confrontation with the police in Whitehouse, Westmoreland last week succumbed to his injuries on New Year's Day. The deceased has been identified as George Ramsey, otherwise called Crocodile or Bubble Up, from Farm District in the parish. Deputy Superintendent of Police Adrian Hamilton, in charge of operations in Westmoreland Police Division, informed reporters on Tuesday that Ramsey died while under police guard at hospital. A firearm was reportedly taken from the deceased during the incident. Reports from the police indicate that around 9:15 p.m. on Saturday, December 23rd, a team of police officers was on foot patrol in Whitehouse when they responded to a report of an alleged assault. Ramsey is said to have used his illegal firearm to snap a female in the face. The police team responded, and Ramsey reportedly pulled a firearm from his waistband and opened fire at the team of police officers, who in turn returned fire. The now deceased reportedly ran into an open lot while still firing at the police. During a subsequent search of the area, Ramsey was found suffering from what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds. A 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 2 9mm rounds and other items was also found on his person. St. Catherine man pleads guilty to wounding relative with glass bottles. A man pleaded guilty to unlawful wounding in the St. Catherine Parish Court for injuring a relative with glass bottles. Kemar Daly was remanded until March 5th for sentencing. A social inquiry report was requested for Daly, who the court was told suffers from psychiatric problems. He has, however, deemed fit to enter a plea. In court, Daly admitted to the crime. Yes, she got some cut from the buckle splinter, the 32-year-old said. Facts are that on October 24, 2023, Daly called the complainant, who is a relative, to come outside her house. When she did so, he flung several glass bottles at her, which shattered and sent splinters flying. The woman sustained multiple injuries. Man arrested at hospital following fold robbery in Manchester. The Manchester police have arrested and charged a man with several offences after a fold robbery attempt and shootout with cops in Comfort District in the parish on New Year's Eve. He is 20-year-old Tyree Smile, otherwise called Cuz, Swibble or Babs, a construction worker of Hearties District, Mandeville, Manchester. He was charged with assault with intent to rob, assault at common law, non-fatal shooting of male suspect, and unauthorized possession of firearm and ammunition. About 3:45 p.m., Smile and another man reportedly drove to a mini-mart in Comfort District when argument developed with a man and a tussle ensued. Officers who were on patrol saw what was happening and attempted to intervene when Smile allegedly opened gunfire at them. Smile and his accomplice escaped. The police said to receive information that Smile was being treated at hospital for gunshot injuries. He was accosted and reportedly gave lawmen information on the whereabouts of the firearm. The police say a Glock pistol with a magazine containing 17 rounds was recovered. Smile was subsequently arrested and charged. Barbaric. A 22-year-old soldier whose romantic partner's 14-year-old was brutally beaten by a mob of mostly females has condemned those who left a child with a limp, injury to her head and body, as well as a memory loss. He also denies cheating on his child's mother, an allegation that is said to have sparked the attack. But the child's distraught and angry mother, Tandika Sims, has refused to take his cause as she focuses on getting help and justice for her child. 3 female minors and 3 women have been taken into custody in connection with the beating meted out to the teenager on December 30. The soldier, who asked not to be named, said he knew the people who beat the child and labeled them as troublemakers who have been making his life hell. He said it all started when he tried to help a resident of Havana Heights community, a young woman who had a baby and ran away. He found her while on operation and took her back to her home, he said. So I started to help with the baby, which is not mine. I tell my lady now, say them people here have problem, because they make problem with every woman who may ever talk to since that, he told reporters. I wasn't in a relationship with any of them. The 2 big women who beat up my stepdaughter are my friends. I have 2 friends who used to date them, so I know them by association. I have had an ex who was posting my picture on TikTok, and she screenshot the pictures, and that opened a can of worm, he added. He said on December 30, when he heard of the teenager had been beaten, he confronted the woman and they gave him one version of events, but the video that later emerged showed a different story. I realized that they're telling me lies, pure lies them I tell. I tell them, said, this a foolishness. If you see 2 girls go fight, they should part them. As big women, they have no right to go there and do the lady child like that. Them are troublemakers. Them just walk around and make trouble. Men them not in a nothing. Me no know what them have in a them head will start a out, he bemoaned. He said the attack on his partner's child has left him distraught and he wants to be there to provide support for them both, but her mother refuses to take his calls. She blocked me on everything, and if I called her on a private number, by the time she realized that it is me, she get upset and hung up her phone, he said. Sims appears to have closed the door on their relationship. His co-workers reach out to me, but I don't want to talk to him. He can't even forget say him did know me, she said resolutely on Wednesday. Her focus is now on getting her 14-year-old daughter healthy and minimizing the psychological trauma the experience has caused her and her child. She said her 10-year-old daughter has been left scarred by the attack on her sibling. Right now, I don't have no feeling for myself. Just a focus on my daughter and all the trauma that she's going through. She acting like she okay, but I know my daughter, she said. Sims is plagued by images of the vicious attack plastering on social media in now viral videos that her child endured. When I see part of the video when she was on the floor and everybody stepping on her, that's what keeps playing in my head. Every time I close my eyes to sleep, that's all I'm seeing. Also, when I went to the hospital, she screamed out and said, "Mommy, please don't let me die." And even when she was on her way to the hospital, she kept saying, "Oh no, please, no make me dead," said the distraught mother. Even though 6 individuals, 3 teenagers, 2 women in the 20s and a 52-year-old are in custody, it has done little to ease the anguish. I don't even know how to feel, because nothing that happened will ever change what the child endured, or take out that out of my head, Sim stated. She is particularly angry that those who beat her child appear to have no remorse. In one of the videos on social media, she said some of them could be heard saying even if they were taken into custody, they would be released on bail. It pains her, she said, to know that some of the women who mercilessly beat her child are themselves mothers. The unnecessary lies and stories they are pushing, saying that my child was fighting over man, nothing like that. They are making it seem like what they did is right. Those big people don't know wrong from right. In their case, a pitney having a pitney these days, so they grow them wrong and the cycle continues. There is no way I could ever stand up and watch other people beating a child almost lifeless and not help them, Sims rage. She said she is hurt that none of the soldiers' relatives have reached out to her, but she is heartened by the support that has come from the unexpected quarters. People who I haven't spoken to from school days have reached out to me. Other community members are caught up about it. No matter who the person be, no matter how you hate somebody and you see that video, you have to feel caught up about it. I didn't know my daughter was so loved. My family and friends, the councillor, and the MP reached out to me. Kaylan, who was also savagely beaten by a number of women a few years ago, mother reached out to me. Nobody no know how me feel as a mother to see my pikin lay down on the ground and nobody help her. Everybody stand up and a look, the mother said. She is determined that those who hurt her child will pay. I am going about it the right way because me no grow so. My pitney no grow so. I should be looking forward to sending her back to school next week, but instead, a doctor bills me a fair pay. We are not vagabonds. We don't live loose life. And them attack me pitney over man and me no business about that, she said. Schoolyard abuse. A cloud of suspicion is hanging over the leadership of a prominent corporate-era high school because of its handling of allegations of sexual assault of a minor on the grounds of the institution by a male member of staff. The staff member, who is supposed to be in his 50s, is accused of carrying out the act while the little girl was awaiting a family member several months ago. Reporters were reliably informed that the man was dismissed by the principal shortly after the incident was reported, but was subsequently rehired. Following a report to the police, however, the alleged perpetrator was nabbed while at a funeral in October last year. Reporters were told that the man was to face questioning in relation to the allegations. Reporters, however, stonewalled by the St. Andrews Central Police and the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse when reporters sought to verify the status of those investigations on Tuesday. In the meantime, a well-placed source told reporters that several members of staff are displeased with the approach of the principal to the incident, which they allege was not reported to the Education Ministry by him. Questions are also being raised over his decision to rehire the accused individual despite the nature of the allegations. Reporters were told that there are other reports of sexual harassment by the individual in question, which have not been addressed by the school. Attempts by reporters to contact the principal of the school on Tuesday was unsuccessful. An Education Ministry official responding to questions from reporters promised to verify whether any reports on the matter was placed with the ministry. St. Catherine man charged for allegedly threatening man with gun. A man accused of using a firearm to threaten another man during a dispute in Savannah Lane, Linstead, St. Catherine on Sunday, December 24, 2023, has been charged. Charged with assault at common law and possession of prohibited weapon is 33-year-old Chevis Barnett, a glass cutter of Savannah Lane address. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that around 10 a.m., Barnett and the complainant had an argument when it is alleged that Barnett pulled a firearm at him and threatened to kill him. A report was made to the police and Barnett was arrested and later charged. A court date for him is being finalized. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.